The Media Center has several light kits that are available to students, faculty, and staff at SAIC. This brief instructional video demonstrates the proper use and covers important safety precautions when using these powerful light kits. It's highly recommended that you test and inspect each light before you leave the Media Center. If you find a light bulb that doesn't work, it can be replaced at the Media Center immediately. Also, if you discover any damage, make sure that a window worker takes note of it. You are responsible for any damage or loss to Media Center equipment that you check out, even damage that is concealed or discovered later. Stands are used to put lights where you need them. They're designed to be stable and adjustable, but there's a few guidelines you should follow in order to prevent potentially harmful and costly accidents. First, you want to set your stand so that the legs form a parallel line to the ground. If you set it any other way, you could cause the stand to tip over. For example, if it's too high, one bump, ooh, there go your lights. And to ensure its stability, you're going to want to put a sandbag or another heavy object on your stand. Remember, Jose the PA is not the kind of heavy object you're looking for. Now you're ready to set the light on the pole. You might have to loosen the knob to let the stand through. And once it's on, you can go ahead and tighten the knob. If you need to adjust the stand vertically, always adjust from the top first. That way, you always have another knob that's right in your reach. Otherwise, this is what happens. Oh! The electrical cord should always be wrapped around the light stand to the floor. Extension cords are provided so that you can reach an outlet. Remember, when using an extension cord, the cord and the extension cord should literally be tied together. If the light is in a high traffic area, gaffer tape can be used to secure the cord on the ground and avoid accidents. With this setup, several accidents that can easily happen while using the lights during other activities can be avoided, such as knocking the stand over while using other equipment or tripping over electrical cords. Use the 3-to-2 adapter to adapt the 3-prong plug to a 2-prong household outlet. Always use the adapter when necessary to avoid electrical hazards. It's a good idea to plug lights into their own outlets to distribute the power load and avoid blowing the circuit. Never plug multiple lights into one outlet with a power strip. The circuit will overload. Use extension cords if necessary, or even plug the extension cords into an outlet in another room. Always use heavy gauge extension cords like those available at the Media Center. Most Chicago apartments are capable of handling up to 3 of the Media Center's most powerful lights, but make sure that they're all plugged into different outlets. But keep in mind, if you have 3 lights plugged into one circuit and you have another large appliance like a refrigerator plugged in, you'll definitely overload your circuits. Make sure that you also know where your circuit breaker is in the house before you set up your lights. Once you initially set up your lights, always point the lights away from people before you turn them on, because a bulb is most likely to burst at this point. The quartz lights are excellent for lighting large areas and provide a strong, bright, yet controllable beam of 600 watts. Each kit comes with stands, barn doors, and extension cords. The quartz light is turned on by a switch located here on the cord. As you can see, it provides a big area of light. The focusing knob can be used to switch between the spot setting and the flood setting. The spot setting creates a focused area of light and can be used to create harsh quality lighting. The flood setting creates a bright, even light and softer quality of lighting. If the focus knob is not giving you the kind of control you want, you can always control the spill of light with barn doors. These 3 clips here are used to latch onto the inner lip of the barn door. Just insert it into the clips, swing the top clip around, and tighten. Whatever you do, never turn the light on with the barn doors closed. This could actually cause the light to overheat and shatter. When you turn your light on, you'll notice that you can adjust the barn doors. Whenever you're working with lights, you always want to use gloves because the lights can heat up and you don't want to burn your little fingers. And adjust the barn doors however you might like them. Because this light is so powerful, it must be used with some caution. If it isn't needed, such as when adjusting other equipment or taking a break, turn the light off. If it has been on for 15 minutes, it must be turned off and allowed to cool before using again. If the light is not allowed to cool, it will overheat and melt the plastic components or cause the bulb to burst. And another note of precaution, never move the lights when they're still hot. The filaments are super fragile when the bulb is hot, and one jolt could totally shatter the bulb. You really don't want to face those steep media center fines. The Pro lights are small, versatile lights of 250 watts. They're also lightweight and can be on longer than other lights. Each kit comes with stands, barn doors, and umbrellas. A separate gel kit is also available. In small spaces, it can be used as the main light, and its lower wattage can work in conjunction with low exposure settings on a camera to produce a dimly lit scene. Or it can act as an accent or fill light when used with the quartz light. The Pro light should come with barn doors already installed. Make sure you open the barn doors before turning the light on. You can use the barn doors to adjust the spill of light. The Pro also has a focusing knob so you can adjust from spot to flood. You can also check out a separate gel kit to use with the Pro lights. The gel kit comes with a frame and several gels that can alter your beam of light. To use the gels, attach the gel frame to the light. Pull apart the 2 sides of the gel frame and extend the arm at the back. Slide this under the light. You don't need to slide it in too far. You want to make sure not to melt your gels. And then clip the gel on. The white diffusion gel makes the light beam softer without reducing the amount of light reaching the subject like the umbrella does. It can make skin tones look smoother and shadows softer. The gray neutral density gel reduces the amount of light reaching the subject without making the light softer. If you have a light that's just too bright and you need to keep hard shadows, this gel is useful. The blue daylight gel will match the Pro light to sunlight. If your setting includes a window, use the blue gel to maintain the look of daylight, even though you're using artificial light. If you need a softer light, you can use the umbrellas that come with the kit to bounce the beam of light onto your subject. Go ahead and open up the umbrella. Place it in the front here. You don't have to put it in very far, just enough to balance the umbrella. And tighten the knob. Don't tighten the knob too much. It might crush the pole and then won't fit in the light anymore. Now you want to make sure that you orient the light so that it's bouncing onto your subject. Notice it's a softer and less harsh light. When you're finished with the pro lights, make sure to leave the barn doors open and just let the light cool down until you can actually touch the barn doors with your hands. Then, carefully close the barn doors and put the lights away. Still hot. Okay. Theater lights are also available to first-year program students and can only be used in the Sharp building. They are useful for providing quick, bright lighting to a large area with a 750-watt beam. The theater lights can be easily positioned on the rolling stands. They should only be moved while the lamp is off. Avoid moving the lights when they are hot, as the bulbs could break. Always wear gloves or use extreme caution when adjusting the light beam, as the body of the light becomes very hot when the lamp is on. The beam of the light is wide and soft-edged, creating subdued shadows. If you need to adjust the beam of light, you can use barn doors, a spot filter, or gel kits, which are available when you check out at the Media Center. To adjust the spill of light, you can always use barn doors. The flaps of the barn doors can be adjusted to either concentrate the light or to create a wider spill. The barn doors slide right into the tracks on the light. And always make sure your barn doors are open before you turn on your light. If an audience is present, it's a good idea to use the barn doors to prevent the bright light from spilling into the eyes of the audience. If you need to adjust the color of the light, you can use gel frames and gels, which are available at the Media Center. Slip the gel into the gel frame. And attach it to the light. This slides right in where the barn doors fit. Colored gels can create mood quickly for a scene. They can be switched manually while the lights are on, but remember to wear gloves or you will burn your fingers. If you want to focus the beam of light like a spotlight, you can use a spot filter. Slides right into the light. Although you can track with the spotlight, make sure never to roll the entire light while the light is on. You could burst the bulb and face steep Media Center fines, or possibly even cause injury to yourself. The theater lights can be configured in many different ways to suit your performance or shooting needs. Remember, when working with lights, things can become very dangerous very quickly. If you cut corners, the consequences could be damage to equipment, fines from the Media Center, or even possibly injury to yourself. Set up light stands and anchor them for stability. Wrap cords around the stand and tape them to the floor if necessary. Use more than one outlet for multiple lights, and use the 3-to-2 adapters when necessary. Wear gloves if you need to adjust the light while it's hot. Never place materials too close to the bulb. Turn off the lights after 15 minutes and allow them to cool. Never move a light while it's hot. And finally, never place lights in the carrying case while still hot. Remember, don't take light safety lightly. The easiest way to document two-dimensional work is with two bright, even lights, such as the EasyV kit. Set up two EasyV lights with umbrellas and put them at a 45-degree angle as close to the work as possible without the lights entering the camera frame. Make sure that they're equidistant from the work, or one side will be darker than the other. Set up a camera and tripod between the lights and use a light meter to make sure that light falling on the work is even. Take a reading in at least 3 spots. If the readings are different, adjust the lights. When you're ready to shoot, use the camera's bracketing feature to record the same image with 3 different exposure settings to help ensure you get a well-exposed image. When documenting 3D work, it's essential to create a sense of depth and dimension with lighting. Flat lighting creates a flat image, and much of your work is lost. Using 1 or 2 well-placed lights will create the illusion of volume in the image. First, place one bright light at a 45-degree angle from the camera, near the object. This will be the main light for the scene, known as the key light. It creates a hard shadow, immediately showing the object's volume. You can add a second, less powerful light on the opposite side of the object. This brings out some detail in the shadows and reduces the contrast of the light and shadow areas. If you need even more sense of depth and dimension, a third light can be added to separate the object from its background. It can be from 50 to 100% of the intensity of the main light. Place it above and behind the object to shine on its back, or the light can shine on the background to reveal the space. This lighting scheme is just a starting point. Each object requires some experimentation to achieve the best lighting setup. Use the light kit options to manipulate the lights to complement your object's surface quality and volume.